Now shifting focus to Bengaluru now, where Bellandur Lake is once again on fire. It's known for its toxic pollutants. We've seen foam frothing out of this lake. And now fire was reported as well due to burning of garbage and also discharge of toxic effluents through sewage water. The sludge of effluents that's discharged in this lake because of which it has now caught fire. It's the first polluted body in Bengaluru to catch fire. There are already reports of how there have been from Varthur to Bellandur lakes that have been marred by pollution and toxic foam that's been reported, the white froth which has been the pain of the residents in the area. But now for the first time this year you can see the plume of smoke in Bellandur Lake. Already traffic advisory interestingly being given by Bengaluru Traffic Police Department saying because of this heavy plume you should be cautious while driving around the area. But as we're getting reports that the smoke for now seems to be subsiding. In 2015 the same lake reported fire like this 3 times, and that's because of combination of toxic gases and effluents in the lake that it catches fire. The cause of this fire right now from preliminary reports seems to be burning of garbage. You can already see from the visuals there, residents in the area quite troubled because of the air pollution that seems to be increasing. Fish stacks forming around the lake, which is dead fish right now because of the toxic effluents in the water. Let's take a listen into how the citizens and prominent citizens of Bengaluru are reacting on this.
You know, it's shocking, shameful, and I don't know what to say. But I think the citizens themselves need to also hang their heads in shame, because we all know that most of this is being caused by a very irresponsible and illegal dumping of sewage into the Bellandur Lake for years. And I think the government also needs to do something urgently. I think it's very important to commit a huge budget for saving Bellandur Lake. I just cannot understand why this apathy both with the government and the citizens. I agree the government has to do a lot, but just paying taxes doesn't allow you to dump your sewage into a lake. I think these are all illegal constructions, so don't just blame the government. Government has a lot to do, and I think the government must act in haste. But equally, I think the illegal builders are to blame, the citizens are to blame. I mean, this is ridiculous what is happening in Bangalore. There are no building laws. There's no adherence to any kind of pollution control norms. And I really blame the citizens in as much as I blame the government. I think every lake has to be saved with a citizen's effort, which the government must fund. Because the government doesn't seem to have the wherewithal or the technology to do anything about these lakes. And I think it's important that citizen groups basically engage, companies that can actually clean up lakes. And there are many technologies available to do that. I don't understand why the government can't simply harness these technologies.
Joining us this morning, Naveen Roy, who's a resident near Bellandur Lake. He's been staying there for 10 years. Also, V. Sridhar, who's a member of the Lake Rejuvenation Panel, and my colleague Rohini. Let me first go across to Naveen. You are dealing with toxic fumes, toxic water coming out from this lake. You've been there for past decade. Can you first tell our viewers what's the situation right now? Does the smoke continue to rise?
Devina, the smoke has subsided as reported earlier, but the sheer volume of pollution in the lake, it's just a temporary thing. The fire, I'm sure it will come back again. Actually, it is, as Ms. Kiran Majumdar Madam was talking, so there are technology available. In fact, IISc Bangalore, a group of professors had conducted a detailed survey along with the help of the citizens in this area, and the scientific and the technological survey, they have also briefed the residents about the current situation of the lake. So the lake can be cleaned. It only needs the political willpower. It needs the support of all the enforcement agencies as well as the citizens.
All right, Naveen, be with me because I want to get in somebody who is actively involved in trying to restore these lakes. Now, Mr. Sridharan, we've seen a lake development authority that was also formed in 2002 under the Karnataka High Court order. But sir, you've been involved in this work. What are the challenges that you face? What are the roadblocks that you face? Because you have the will, you have people with you. But what are the challenges that you face to clean up and restore Bengaluru's original lakes?
Yeah. So, as far as the Bellandur Lake is concerned, from Nama Bengaluru Foundation, where I am the CEO, we had put together a action plan which prompted the government to set up a committee. The government has set up a committee, and the committee has given its recommendations, and the recommendations are available on the BDA website. And now is the time for action. It's been around with the government for the last few months. The government is slowly and steadily making progress, but that's not enough.
Okay.
As Naveen also mentioned, a lot of studies have been done, a lot of way forward has been identified. It's very important for all the citizens to come together and urge and push the Bangalore Development Authority, which is the custodian of the lake.
But how much pushing does the Bangalore Development Authority need? Rohini, you've been tracking the story, and it's been over a decade that we have reported how the froth continues to form, how you have the court stepping in, pulling up the civic agencies which are busy playing past the buck.
Well, Bangalore lakes are on fire, and definitely the heat is on the government as of now. Because very clearly what we have been seeing is that despite the fact that promises are being made, on ground, there's nothing much that seems to have changed. I remember that just a few months ago, we did hold a special show only on the lakes from India Today in Bangalore, and there were promises made by the lawmakers saying that they will clean it in 6 months. Well, it's been more than a year now, and we don't see anything on the ground. Rather, lakes are continuing to get polluted the way. We're not just talking about smoke that is arising, that is causing air pollution. We're also talking about water pollution. We're talking about aquatic life being affected. We're talking about human lives being affected because the groundwater is also getting contaminated. So the
Absolutely, Rohini, 40% of sewage water being dumped in the lakes, which is supposed to be a beauty of the city, the IT city of India, and it's also the illegal encroachment, the turning away of authorities on the other side when there are malls being built, buildings being constructed. You have residents like Naveen who are bearing the brunt of an unplanned city. Thanks for joining us, all of you.